No, no, not again. Did I hit a wrong button or something? Again? Ah! Well? Huh. Well, here we are. Good morning, everyone. I guess I gotta reorient this thing. Or rearrange this thing. What's happening? Good morning. Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. Welcome to Wednesday Live. As I seem to have messed up the orientation again. I swear I hit the button. But apparently we're in the right place because you guys are here. I'm here. We're in the shop. Let's do this. Let's see. You guys are here joining me already. Sam's here. Sam says hello, Jeff and everyone. Good morning, Sam. Good afternoon to you, I guess it is. And Mike's here. Jeff et al. Good Wednesday morning to you all. Good morning, Mike. How are you this fine Wednesday morning? Harry Dude says, hey, folks. Hey, Harry Dude. What's going on? Paul says, greetings all. Right on. What's going on? As I get everything, I see all messages. Paul says, greetings. Time surfing. Sorry, I think I repeated that. Time surfing alien. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Time surfing alien. Sam's got ads. Me got Wood. What's up, man? What's going on? Me got Wood says, hi, Jeff. How are you doing this morning? How's things down in your neck of the woods? Dastardly Dave is here. Dave says, sup, all. Again, I got to apologize for the orientation. I know for a fact I pressed that darn button, and if it won't let me switch it again. So I don't know what happened. Apparently, I accidentally hit something a second time. I don't know. Sorry about that. I got Walnut on the brain. There, that's what I'm gonna say. Time Surfing says, back to the vertical. Yes. I screwed it up somehow. I don't know. Apparently something has changed because I don't know. I don't know what changed. I know I hit the button. Apparently I got to hit something else. Sorry. Robert's here. Robert says, howdy, everyone. Tony's here. Tony says, morning, sunshine. Good morning, Tony. How are you this morning? Mike says, it would seem we're vertical today. Yes. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It used to be very simple. You hit the orientation button, you set up the stream, you went live, and it worked. But now, since I know we've encountered this issue more than once, I'm very deliberate with that button press. But apparently, somewhere along the lines, I don't know, if I'm hitting something again, like Mike said, big thumbs, maybe I'm hitting it again and it's switching back. I don't really know. Don't know. Paul says, you keep eking up towards 100K. Hope it gets there soon. And if you have room to hang the plaque. You know, every time I look at that, I try not to spend a ton of time. I don't look at the numbers and stuff like that very often. But on occasion, as when I'm going in to upload a video or to answer some comments or something like that, you see that number? And it's unbelievable that this channel started so long ago is getting mighty close to the 100K. And I want to say thank you to all of you because, I don't know, as cheesy as it sounds, I don't know. I couldn't do it without you. And it's pretty awesome. And I appreciate all of you watching the videos, tuning in on the lives, commenting, and just being a part of this thing called Homebuilt Workshop. So thank you guys. And yes, as we approach the 100K, we'll find a spot somewhere. I don't know. We'll rearrange some things or something. It'd be awesome to get there this year. I don't know if we will. It might be the beginning of next year. But yeah, It's really awesome, and truly I want to say thank you to you guys. Dastardly Dave, different perspective will be cool. It'll be cool. Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. It's weird to me because I'm used to the comments, when it's set up correctly, or at least what I consider correctly. The comments are on one side and I can easily read them. Now I have to like look below the thing, and it's all right. We're going to be fine. Sam, Jeff needs a technical support teams in his workshop. Sometimes I feel like I do. Yesterday, I've got a router up here. It just decided to disconnect, so I had to take a few minutes and get it to reconnect to the network. I don't know why it just disconnects. But yeah, tech support, that'd be kind of cool. Then I don't have to mess with stuff. Robert, have you done an update on your device recently? That may be the issue with what's going on with the view. I mean, I don't. Most of the time when updates happen, they just happen. And it says, well, you had an update. And you could very well be right. I don't know. Time surfing alien. We control the vertical, we control the horizontal. Or you're controlling it then. It's your fault. No, I'm kidding. Robert, maybe there's an update that needs to run. Well, that could be too. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to. It's been a while since I've restarted this. So maybe I should restart it and see what happens. And Sam says, please like. It's totally free. Yes, hit that thumbs up button. If you're here, you enjoy these lives, you want to, it's a super easy, free way to support the channel. No, hit the thumbs up. Shows the YouTubes that this is I don't know, algorithms stuff. I don't know how that whole thing works. That is well above my pay grade. And look who's here. It's Gina. Gina's here. Says hello all. Well, good morning. Hope your day is going awesome. Right on. Sam says hello, Gina. So, Robert says I already clicked the big thumb. The big thumb. Where's that camera? Where? Big thumb. Anyway, I want to know from you guys. What are you working on? What's on your workbench? What sort of projects do you got going on? What's in the works? We're going to get to what I'm working on, which you can probably guess in just a few minutes. Let's see. Sam said hello, Gina. Maddie's Cookery Club. What's going on, Maddie's Cookery Club? Let's see. Maddie's Cookery Club says, could you wish my friend a happy birthday? Her name is Mia. Absolutely, Mia. Happy birthday. I hope you have an awesome day. That's cool. What a great day to have a birthday. Happy birthday to you. That's awesome. Right on. Sam, you have a very good point. It says, Jeff needs a hat soon. Yes, there have been a few days where I've been wearing the beanie in the morning. As the weather is changing, we're just getting some of them cooler days. We had one day over the weekend it didn't really get much above 50 degrees here, Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is, Celsius. 10? But looks like about 10 Celsius. That's about beanie weather there. But it was just, I don't know, cold front or something that came through. And, now we're back up into the 70s, upper 70s right now. It's actually pretty nice. But yes, the mornings are a bit brisk. And the beanie has been coming out. So pretty soon, I'll be wearing it every single day until, like, April, maybe early May. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to get a new beanie. I was looking at it the other day. It's getting worn out pretty bad. Time surfing says, stay safe everyone. And the path of Helen projected to make landfall east of me. Oh man, another one? Dang. Yes. Hopefully it's not that bad and everybody is safe. Yeah, batten down the hatches, as they say. Yeah, we don't need that. Man, seems You know, I heard earlier this year, maybe one of you mentioned it, I can't remember, that we're supposed to have a more active season this year. And yeah, I just want everybody to make it through okay, unscathed. Robert says happy birthday, Mia. Mike says happy birthday, Mia. Gina says happy birthday, Mia. Right on. There you go, Mia. Happy birthday. Robert, it's getting some rain finally, and it's cooling as well. Thank goodness. Yeah, we haven't had any rain, though. It is cooling. Time surfing. 70s, that's winter in Alabama. I can only imagine. Cheers, everyone. We got some coffee. Hope you have your beverage of choice settled in. Sam says it was my birthday on the 23rd. Well, Sam, happy birthday. What was that? 3 days ago? I don't know. I think today's the 25th. 2 days ago. Right on. Happy birthday, Sam. That's awesome. Hope you had a great day. Cool. Alrighty. Let's jump in. What the heck am I working on? Well, you're keying in, or what you're working on. As you probably saw in the cover picture, I'm buried in Walnut. Yeah, I've got 32 of these things, these squares. But the trickier part, I think I showed last week. Tricky part is these are all on the diagonal. I got 32 of them cut out. And I've got half of them with the edges cleaned up. I got some more to do when we're done here. Just running this on the router table, flush trim bit, trim off where the tabs were. Then I got a little more sanding, and we're going to route the profile, the cove profile around there. This has been a lot of work so far, but we are nowhere near done. But it's going along, I feel pretty good. Yesterday, which I'm going to get to in a second, I had a little bit of a setback, but not because of anything with this project. We had a bit of a scare, actually, not health-wise or people-wise or anything like that. The alternator went out on one of our vehicles, actually on Gina's vehicle, and something shorted out, like a direct short kind of thing inside there, even though the vehicle was not even running. The alternator was drawing all the juice from the battery, and all the smoke, all the smoke got let out. I thought for sure it was going to catch on fire. It's like scrambling around. This is like 7:30 in the morning. I'm getting ready to head off to take the kiddo to school. And thankfully, nothing serious came out of it. I got the battery disconnected and put some water on the thing, and it's sizzling and steaming. And good grief, I've never seen an alternator go out like that. So I had to spend a good portion of the day putting a new alternator on there. And it was just, it was a giant inconvenience. So, yeah, it was kind of crazy. Of course, unexpected, but I didn't quite get as much done on these things as I was hoping to. So ended up out here till, I don't know, almost 9 o'clock last night, getting the rest of these cut out. Because today, I want to get to finish thickness sanding these and then start routing this profile, because I got to start getting some finish on these. But before I do that, I got to do some laser engraving. So we're moving along pretty good. I just wish we didn't have that darn alternator deal yesterday. So I've got all of these cut out. Actually, I could probably rotate this and show you the whole stack. So yeah, this is 32 of these blanks. This stack of 16 already has the ends cleaned up mostly. I mean, there's a little bit there, but. And then I'm going to clean these up as soon as we're done, and then start thickness sanding. The one thing that's kind of a drag that is taking me a little bit extra time, my drum sander is a 16-inch width. So 16 by 1632. And while these are a 12 by 12, you would think I could run it through piece of cake. But then you're sanding across the grain, and I don't want to get those nasty scratches in there, so I actually have to run each side through 2 times. Run it through, flip it around, run it through to get the whole width. So instead of one pass, like I kind of originally thought, because I didn't think through the grain direction deal, it takes twice as long to thickness sand them. So I think I might have to look at maybe upgrading the size of the drum sander if this project continues. I don't know. We'll see about that. Or maybe I'll just get a hold of somebody that's got a wider one. But that is one thing that's taken an incredibly long amount of time. But it's going good. 32 of these. I've got 5 more to cut out that are going to be like a big triangle shape. Actually, a 21-inch triangle. Each side is 21 inches. And I've got those all glued up as well. Every single piece is glued up that I need to. I gotta flatten those and then get those cut out. So one good thing is the cutouts all being done on the CNC machine, so that while the machine is running, it doesn't take all that long. Excuse me. I can be, sanding and stuff on the other one. I just got to be careful when I have a whole bunch of stuff running or it starts tripping breakers. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So let's see. Go back to the comments, and then I want to show you some other stuff that I've been working on for this project. Because there's a whole bunch of steps, a whole bunch of different things that go to this project, and they all have to come together at the end. And that's kind of been the challenge, because I'm trying to keep I'm juggling all of them at the same time, trying to get these cut out. I got 3D printing. I got to start doing some laser engraving, and then all of it comes together at the end. And I'll show you what that's going to look like here in a second. Gina says, happy belated Sam. Robert says, how's the Walnut plaque project coming? Oh yeah, there we go. Mike says, my birthday was 6 months ago. Mine was what? 3 months ago? 4 months ago? Something like that. Time Surfing says, that is a beautiful slab. Oh man, this stuff is so cool. I love walnut. I don't use it a ton. Yeah, it looks so nice. Sam says, thank you, Gina. Paul says, walnut is pretty, so pretty. Yes. I showed you the piece, or I showed you the picture, didn't I? Or maybe you saw the picture, I think I posted, of the piece that I kept aside. So in total, I got 114 board feet of walnut for this project. And that's including the initial delivery, which was 100 board feet. A pretty decent sized stack of boards. That one that I found in there was figured, the whole entire board is figured, and I could not cut that up for this. So I set that aside, which then meant I was a board short. So I went back down Monday this week, and I bought some more to make sure I had enough to replace the board that I'm keeping, because it is figured and it is so nice. I think it'll look awesome, like as a top on a guitar, or maybe I got to check the grain direction orientation and see if it's feasible to use for maybe an acoustic guitar, even maybe back and side set. I don't know. I haven't really checked the grain direction yet, but definitely for a solid body electric guitar, I think it would look incredible. If you haven't seen it, go back on. I think it's on Facebook and also my Instagram page. I posted a picture of it where I'd wiped it down with some mineral spirits. It's so cool looking, and I think it's going to be awesome for something on a guitar. But yeah, walnut is awesome. Gina says, happy half belated birthday, Mike. Mike says, the one with the subwoofer. No, it is not. It is that one is the one that is my vehicle. That one so far is doing okay. Paul you make a very good point. You should never let the smoke out of electronics. It tends to make them not work. Oh man, I'm telling you, this thing let the smoke out, all of it. Paul says, it's good that you have the YouTube tycoon job so you can be available for those emergencies to keep the wifey happy. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's one good thing. You know, you can take the time and get the car fixed up, because I can't imagine what it would have cost to take it to a shop. The cost of the alternator alone was astronomical. I never expected that. So it probably, if I'd have taken it to a shop or had to have it towed and then fixed, it would have just been ridiculously expensive. So yeah, I am thankful that, you know, I could at least be here to, you know, press pause on stuff here for a few minutes, even though I didn't want to, or a few hours, and take care of that myself. And yeah, it was crazy. Robert said, 2 days ago, lost my power for about 9 hours. Wow. That's crazy. I'm glad everything came back on. Everything's good. Gina says, so much gluing and clamping. Yes. Yeah. My poor clamps. You know, I use mostly, well, as much as I can, I use those Bessie parallel clamps. And usually I try to tape, you know, along the edge, you know, where the teeth are, because when you get glue in there, it makes it really hard to operate after a while. And eventually all the tape had peeled off, and I was in such a hurry. I just finished gluing it, you know, without the tape. So now my poor clamps, I got to figure out a good way, maybe a wire wheel, to go in there and like clean all the glue out of the grooves. And yeah, it's bad. The poor things. Anybody's got a good solution for that? I've not tried a wire wheel, but I think that's what I'm going to try. You know, put one in the grinder or in the drill and just see if I can clean all that squeeze out of there. Otherwise, these clamps are going to be mighty stiff. Gina says, not going to lie, Paul, it's nice. Yes, Sam. Gluing, stick around for more. Yes. Just before we went live, I was trying to clean up because everything is so covered in sawdust. I'm vacuuming, you know, I scrape off the squeeze out. I try to get it in the trash can, but, you know, those little, if you've ever scraped squeeze off, scraped squeeze out? Scraped off squeeze out? Anyway, when you scrape it, those little bits, they just fly around. And sometimes they go in your eye, and sometimes they go all over the shop. So I got these tiny little pellets of glue that are just everywhere. I think I got most of them vacuumed up, but I'm going to have to do a little bit more cleanup here. Let's see. Frogicus, hopefully I did say that correct, says, for a guitar blank made of 3 pieces, can I just use glue, or do I need biscuits or dowels glued for strength? I was going to just use the bond and clamps, but would like your thoughts. Cheers. Oh, well. So I'm gonna assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't like to assume stuff, that you're talking solid body electric. I've built a bunch of solid body electric guitars, and I can tell you the exact number of times I've ever used anything other than the glue joint, and that's 0. I have never used dowels, biscuits, or any of that stuff, and I've never had an issue. Now, I'm not saying you can't. If you feel more comfortable and you want to use a couple biscuits, then by all means use some biscuits or dowels. But in my experience, and I'm sure others can confirm, the glue joint itself it's fine. Most of the time, the glue joint's stronger than the wood. If you try to break it at the glue joint, most of the time it's going to shear off a little piece of one of the pieces that's glued rather than actually break at the glue joint. So I would not worry at all taking 3 pieces, gluing them together. It's going to be fine. As long as you get, I guess there's a little bit of a caveat there. As long as you get the absolute best glue joint that you can get. It's got to be jointed square, flat. and made up together. So before I glue anything, I take the two pieces. Let me just show you. Find a couple scraps here. So we're gonna pretend for just a moment that these two little chunks, look at that, that's kind of a neat little void there, that these two chunks are the pieces that I'm going to glue together. When I am preparing them before I glue them, I oftentimes, actually almost every time, will take them and put them together, and I will hold them up to a light. Now these are not prepared to be glued. I don't know if I can get this where you can see it or not. Probably not. But if I take these and I hold them together, I can see a little gap right here with the light shining through. So that tells me that these are not joined square enough to glue together. So you would need to, a lot of times what I will do is I'll take my pieces and I'll fold them together kind of book match style, and I will pass them on the jointer. Or if you don't have a jointer, I will use a shooting board and a hand plane to very lightly skim that edge off. The idea with folding them together like this is that, let's say you wanted to use a jointer, and maybe your fence is off just a little, or it's not maybe 100% perfectly square. When you pass them on the jointer, if one is off, the other is off in the opposite direction, so that when you then fold them back up, you're going to have an equal angle on both pieces, and they'll match up well. But I think that's the thing you got to do first. You got to make sure you get that joint light tight. I was going to say airtight, but it's not really airtight. You don't want to see any light through there. In the acoustic building world, they call that candle lighting or something like that, where you hold it to a light. Just make sure there's absolutely zero gaps in there, because any gaps, of course, will impede your glue joint. So make sure your parts are square, glue them up, clamp them really good. I would have no problem gluing three pieces together. I wouldn't worry about it whatsoever, as long as you get that good glue joint first. So hope that helps. Thanks for the question. That's awesome. That's one cool thing about doing the lives. It's always an open conversation, so you never have to, don't ever feel like, you got to hold back. You got a question on something completely different, throw it out there. Time Surfing says, built an entire kitchen set of cabinets from Walnut once. Love the smell. Weird. No, not weird at all. I like the smell too. It's nice. And Mike says, no one accused Jeff of being a board short. Maybe a few screws, but we're not short a board. Robert says, you'll need to make a walnut acoustic back, sides, and top. Makes a wonderful mellow sounding guitar. Have one I bought, even though I can't play. Looks good as well. Yes, that's the plan. As soon as I saw that board, I'm like, ooh, an acoustic would be awesome. Just gotta check the grain direction. Harry Dude says, if it was Titebond, pour boiling water on the glue and wipe away. Oh. Never thought about that. I would just scrape. Yes, it is Titebond. Titebond original. I glued everything. For some reason, the store I went to did not have the larger bottles, like the big round bottles. All they had were the smaller ones, the little small ones, which is a lot of times what I use, because if I buy the large quantities, I don't tend to use the entire bottle before, it gets all crusty and goes bad. So all I could get were these little small ones, and I think I went through 5 bottles of that. And Robert says, most of my clamps are just the pipe clamps. Just by the ends, get some iron pipe of whatever length needed. Yes, I do have some pipe clamps. For some super large projects, I think they're maybe 5 foot. I think they are. I had gotten them from my uncle. They are great for larger projects. I did not break them out for this particular plaque project, mainly because they're so long, and I didn't really want to cut them down or get new pipes. So I just used my other clamps, and yeah, they're a mess. But yeah, pipe clamps work great. I did contemplate maybe buying some new ones, you know, custom cut size pieces of pipe for this project, but yeah, I didn't. Paul says, I build around 300 solid bodies a year and have never used dowels or biscuits. Never had one fail either. There you go. There you go. Yep. Thank you, Paul. I know you could confirm. Yeah, it's just not going to fail as long as you get that good glue joint. Excuse me, what in the world? What's up with my throat? I'm going to say it's probably all the walnut dust over the last week. Frogicus says, great answer. Thanks, man. No, thank you. Glad that helped you out. Glue that body up. Don't even worry about it. Time Surfing says, I made a ton of raised panel cabinet doors and never used dowels or biscuits. Yeah. Lady Dawn says, have you had pho? I have not. I've not. There's a couple places that I've seen around, but it's not something I've had. It sounds good. Farkas says, huge help. Thanks, guys. Right on. And there's KK. KK's here. Says, cheers to our dear friend Jeff's friendliest TV show. Hope you're all well. With God's help, we're going to be strong. Jeff, I'm watching with my son from Greece with best wishes. Right on. KK. What's going on? I hope you're doing good. KK's hello to you and your son. Hope everyone's well in Greece. And Super Chat. Right on, Sam. Super Chat says, towards more go-go juice. Gotta have the go-go juice, especially right now, because I'm really trying to get this project done. Oh, look at that, the button worked the first time. Can you believe that? Sam, write that down. It never happens. I feel like I gotta move this a little bit. I wish I could scoot this device down. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. And don't worry, we're gonna get to that English market one of these days. We were talking about that last night at dinner. Paul says, of course, I prefer to only use biscuits with either sausage or with gravy. Oh. I gotta stop and let that sink in. Paul, you made my stomach growl. I love some biscuits and gravy. Yeah. Now I want to make biscuits and gravy. Maybe I should make that for dinner. If you've never had sausage biscuit or biscuits and sausage gravy, you got to try it. And that means you too, Sam. I don't know if that's something you guys have over there. It's so good. So good. Yep, that is one of my favorite meals. It doesn't even have to be breakfast, although it's awesome for breakfast. I can eat that for lunch, for dinner, for whatever. So good. And you know what? It's something, I grew up in the East Coast, northern Pennsylvania. That's just not something that I'd ever had. I don't know why. I guess it's just not a popular thing over there. It wasn't until I moved to Colorado that I had ever even heard of it. And it is so awesome. Yeah. Paul says, make it and do a quick video with it. You know, there are several things that I have considered like doing a video on. Cooking wise. I mean, I'm no chef or anything like that, but stuff like that, yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun. There's a few things that we make that I and my family really like, and I've considered that. I mean, I don't know if I'd put it on this channel. I don't know. But there's a handful of things that I think you might enjoy. Sam says, biscuits here are your cookies. Yes. So the biscuits that we're referring to are, I mean, I don't even know what it relates to in the UK. I really don't. Our biscuits are, I can't describe it. But it's not a cookie. It's not sweet. I mean, you can make sweet biscuits. Sweet biscuits are really good with strawberry shortcake. Almost the same thing, but it's got some sugar and stuff in there. I don't know what it would relate to. But yeah, you make those, crispy, crunchy, not super crispy, but crispy on the outside biscuits, and you crumble it up and you put this white country gravy that has sausage in it. And, oh, so good. Paul, new channel, Cooking with Jeff. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That would be fun. Drizzy Guitars, what up? What's going on? How are you this morning? And Nathan says, dude, I like your positivity. Just keep going, man. Right on. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. There's some, I don't even know how to explain it. I was going to go on a little bit about that. It's like you said, I like your positivity. I could, if I came on and, I was just, what's going on, everybody? Well, we're working on the thing and blah, blah, blah. That's not how I try to be. I don't try to be, I just don't have time. I don't have time for the negativity. I'm not saying you guys are negative by any means, but thank you, Nathan. That's all I'm going to say. Let's move on. Sam says, try Marmite. Yes, I got to try some Marmite. I got to give it a try. Paul says, small, round backed bread goes great with gravy and really great with honey and butter. Oh, it scrolled. Hold on. Or cinnamon butter, just about anything. Yeah, biscuits are awesome. Biscuits are great. The Hairy Dude, home cooked workshop. I like that. What if we made it out here? How funny would that be? Like get one of those little gas bottle like camping stoves, and we just sit here and we make whatever we're making. that'd be a riot. Sam says Marmite is a yeast extract spread. Interesting. I did not know it was yeast. And Paul, to Harry Dude, great title. Harry Dude said staying on brand. Yes. That would be great. Home cooked workshop. Oh, I might have to do that. I might have to reserve that name. Robert says an ice cream place in Oklahoma called Brahms makes some great biscuits and sausage gravy. Mike, this is not a half-cooked workshop. Or half-backed, half-baked. Sam says, do we want to see Jeff in a frilly apron? No, we do not. Not at all. I have one apron that I use out here for one task only. Other than that, I cannot wear an apron. Some reason it just annoys me. It gets in my way. But I do have one. Actually, one from Potvin Guitars. When I'd ordered some stuff from Mike over at Potvin Guitars, some templates and things. Got an apron, and I wear that only when I'm polishing. Like I'm buffing a guitar finish, because the polishing compound goes all over the place. That is the only time I wear an apron. Really just to keep, my shirt or whatever sort of clean. I'm like, oh yeah, half-baked. And Henry says, half-baker workshop. Oh, it's funny. You guys are cracking me up. Robert says, some biscuits are made with buttermilk and are light, fluffy, and buttery. Yes. The buttermilk ones. I don't typically make buttermilk ones, but I have had them, and yes, they are very good. And Paul, Jeff Baker Bake Shop. Home-baked bake shop. Anyway, I'm gonna jump over to another section of this project that I'm working on. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of juggling balls up in the air at once. So I mentioned last week that I had upgraded my 3D printer to the Bamboo Labs X1, and it has literally been running nonstop since before we talked last week. It has been running. So on these plaques, I got some laser engraving to do. Like you can see it because we're vertical. I've got some laser engraving that goes up here, and some other stuff that goes in each of the corners. And then right in the center gets this mold thing. What used to be a bronze casting. So now we're 3D printing them, then they get painted and accents applied. So I'm printing all of these things, but it's taking a fair bit of time, even with the new printer, because after doing some tests, I'm printing it at a super high resolution, and there is not time for it to stop. So I got an actual one here that I'm making. It's all dusty. So this is an actual plaque, not one that I've made, but this is what I am now making. So this centerpiece is for one of the particular awards, one of the classes. And this is my 3D printed one. It is almost 100%, I can't really get it to where you can see it well, almost 100% identical. I can't believe how well this ended up matching. And again, Mike, it's because you mentioned that bronze paint last week. That this is the 3D print printed with the bronze paint and then has the gold highlights applied. I've got holes on the back where some threaded inserts get installed, and then just like this one, I'll drill holes and secure the 3D printed one to the front. I don't think there's anything else I could do to make this match up any better. It's turning out awesome. I've got to make a whole bunch of these. I'm about halfway done, and then they all get the inserts. Then they get painted. Then they get a little bit of gold accents applied, which really, really looks good on there. Like you can't hardly tell much of a difference. But that's another thing that I'll be doing here before long. I've already got a jig set up for the CNC, putting in the keyhole slot. Just so many steps that go into these projects. But yeah, I can't. I mean, that's a 3D print, painted bronze, and then gold accents applied. I think that's super cool. There's virtually no layer lines. There's a couple spots where you can see them. I might put an extra coat of paint on there to sort of fill them in a little bit. But overall, the quality that is coming off this Bamboo printer, and this is not sponsored by Bamboo or anything like that. I just want to be very clear. I purchased that printer, and it is fantastic. I can't say enough good stuff about it. It's super nice. So anyway, coming back here. Sam says, for years Michael Jackson was teaching us scrambled egg recipe. Beat it. Oh boy. Paul says, remember a story of a guy that had biscuits in his car and one can exploded and hit his head, called the cops because he thought he'd been shot. No. Yeah, you ever use those Bisquick or those instant biscuits or whatever where you have to peel the thing and then all of a sudden it just goes boom and scares you almost every time, even though you know it's going to do that. That's funny. Gina says that's hilarious. Robert said, love the biscuits that they make at Kentucky Fried Chicken places, but I don't believe they make the sausage gravy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Time Surfing says, oh, that's pretty cool. And Gina has got a little tip for Robert. It says, ask if they have country gravy. It's the same thing minus the sausage. And Paul says, yeah, that doesn't look like plastic. Very nice. Yeah, it's remarkably similar. That was one concern that I had because originally I was doing these in black. See, it's printed in black, and then putting the gold accents on top. And while that looked, it looked okay. It actually looked pretty good. It still wasn't quite right. And it wasn't until I got a can of that bronze paint and painted these first, then I applied the gold accents. Oh my gosh, that's when everything came together. And that is the way to go. I think for the most part, you're barely going to be able to tell a difference. Like I said, there's a couple spots I can see some tiny layer lines. Tiny. I'm printing these at a 0.08 layer height. So super small. I did try to run one of these at that layer height on my Ender 3, and it instantly crashed and spaghetti, filament went all over the place. I just can't run that small of a layer height on the Ender. It'll run a 0.1 layer height, which is very similar. I did run some of these on the Ender as well. I had both of them going at the same time, and the quality is close, but it's amazing. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be super cool. Robert says the 3D print came out very well. I'm telling you, it's that darn printer. The quality is amazing. Mike says, oh, you're welcome. Do the inserts first, then paint. Yes, already learned that lesson. I painted some of these the other day, then installed the insert, and you could see on the front. So yes, inserts got to go in first, then paint, then gold accents. So yeah, I did have to go back and reprint some of these. Actually, the last two are printing right now. They might be done by the time we're done here. Then I start the next batch, the next design. There's like 6 different designs. 5 of them are these smaller ones, and then one is the much larger one, Mike, and that's the one that you had helped me out with. So yeah, lots of printing left to do, even though I've got quite a lot done. Mike says, well done. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your help. Your suggestions have been so helpful. Heritage says, all this food talk, now I want chips and gravy. Chips being French fries, correct? French fries and gravy? Yeah. I can get down on that too. Paul says, so Gina, I guess you're getting biscuits and gravy for dinner tonight. Enjoy. We want pics of him in an apron. Paul, you don't. I'm telling you. You do. You really don't. Time Serpent says, flour and bacon grease. Awesome gravy. Yes. Yes. Got to use the grease. The gravy, that's something... we're jumping back and forth. I'm jumping between projects and food, but that's how we roll around here, right? Gravy is something that I never really made it from scratch. We always got the little packs. But there's, I get on these kicks to where, I want to figure out how to make a certain thing, and I will just keep making it until I get it figured out. Well, finally, a couple months ago, I believe, I feel like I really figured out how to make gravy from scratch. And one of my key metrics, one way I determine if I've figured it out or not, is if my daughter will eat it without really, and actually enjoy it. And the last time I made it, she ate it, and she's like, ooh, that's good. So I'm like, yes! Because if it's not right, she'll tell me right away. Even if I feel it's edible but not bad, she's like, yeah, it's not quite right. So I keep adjusting and moving on. But I think I finally figured out how to make gravy from scratch using the flour and the grease and all that stuff. Let's see. Sam says, perhaps make furniture with hidden compartments. Yeah, I've done quite a few years ago. Actually, I don't know how long ago, 7, 8, 9 years ago. One of the earlier videos, I built a set of end tables, and I'd use like reclaimed pine or something from pallets, and I built drawers on the front that when the whole thing is closed, you really can't tell there's a drawer there. There's no pull, there's no specific reveal. The reveal matches everything else on the end tables, and it's kind of fun trying to come up, figure out how to design it, how to figure everything out so that you can't see it. And that was a good project, and something that I've been thinking about revisiting. Do you remember a while back I did that little rolling shelf thing where I used the stair treads and like the poly stain and poly to color it and sort of made it look like a walnut. I've been thinking about, apparently with that particular product, you can spray that. If you thin it a little bit, you can spray it with a spray gun. And I've been thinking about refinishing those end tables with that because I think it would look cool, like just change the whole thing. So that's been something that I've been contemplating at some point. Heritage says, printed in PLA? Yes. Yep, these are all PLA. Yeah. I actually just had to order some more yesterday before I get too low. I don't want to run out because that would suck. Gina says, I love fries and gravy. Sam says, a chip buddy. And Paul says, I admire you, Jeff. I want to go do guitars full time, but if not, still hanging on to a normal job for security. You can do it, Paul. With as many as it seems as though, you're selling a bunch, man. And that's awesome. You can do it. I know you can. Time Surfing says, I worked at a cabinet shop where we made several fireplace mantles that were concealed rifle pistol racks. Yeah, those are cool. I've seen some of the, those shelves. Kind of a floating shelf deal that mounts on the wall and the whole thing drops open. So I think something like that would be pretty cool. And that's actually on my list. I'd have to go back and kind of investigate kind of the construction and stuff. But I think that'd be kind of fun to make. And Gina says, LOL. I only have a blue apron with stars or a purple apron with a dragonfly. I don't think I'm going to wear either one of those. I got my one from Potvin Guitars over here that's got polishing compound all over it. I don't think that's the best to wear while making food, though. And Paul says, just got to make the work come to you. Yeah, and you got it coming your way, man, with as many as you're turning out. Time Surfing says, not bragging, but I married a Southern girl that makes awesome biscuits and gravy. Dude, it's okay to brag. That's awesome. I mean, not, you know what I mean. It's okay to brag on that front. And Paul said, do not make any Ellie Mae Clampett biscuits. Family needs to be able to eat them or use them for hockey pucks. Yes. Oh, I even make biscuits from scratch. That was another thing. I want to figure out how to make the biscuits. And so far, they have not turned into hockey pucks. And Robert says, main thing to make sure of making sausage gravy is to not skimp on the sausage. Good breakfast sausage is a must as well. Yes. Yeah. You gotta, I want sausage in every bite. So one of the things I do, I try to break it up smaller. While it is nice to get a, big old bite of sausage, I want some in every bite. And Time Surfing says, yeah. Gina says, I taught Jeff how to make homemade spaghetti sauce. Yes. I love spaghetti. Any sort of pasta. Super good. Thank you. And Robert says, the addition of the modifications you did to the filament for the 3D printer, it's nice looking. Yes, it turned, the paint, seriously, the paint made all the difference. I tried bronze colored filament, which looks nothing like this. There may be some different ones out there that might, but yeah, black filament, bronze paint, then the gold accents on there. It's awesome. It looks great. Harry Dude says to Paul, I know how you feel. Pretty scary when I started, but now I am very busy. I don't build guitars, but repairs, mods, upgrade tech work. And Paul says, started about 10 years ago and keep busy enough. All guitar stuff comes out of what I make doing guitars. I want to have retirement income out of it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Paul, how's the surgery recovery? You doing? Everything's going good? Are you still laid up, or are you able to get up and around? Hopefully, you can get up and around a little better. There's geese. I heard geese out there honking. Probably getting ready to fly on wherever they're going to fly onto. Whew, my throat. Oh, actually, yeah, you probably can't. This has been my spray thing. So yeah, this project's coming along. I'm feeling pretty good. Like I said, I got to get started laser engraving here in the next day or two. So that's, yeah. Paul says, started therapy yesterday. No weight on it for at least 2 more weeks. Then we'll start getting back to normal. Right on. That's awesome. Good. Glad to hear it, Paul. Glad that's going well. Robert says, I'm meaning the rack you did to hold the rolls of film. Oh, my bad, Robert. I misunderstood. Under the table, that was in the past weekend's video. Yes. That was a project that really, it was pretty simple. But what a difference it makes to be able to have all the filament together. And I wanted to just, like I did in the video, modify that, add it to that existing table. Something not difficult, but made such a difference. And a lot of that was, almost 100% of that was because I knew I had this new printer coming. I hadn't gotten it yet when I actually did the rack because I was trying to clean everything up because I knew that printer was going to be going up there. And it made such a difference being able to now have all the filament together. And Mike says, take care all. Need to jump into a meeting. Mike, I think you jump. I want you to jump. Like skip or something. Hop, skip. Because they'd really appreciate that. If you just come jumping in, all bouncy and happy, they'd be like, what? Anyway, Mike, I'm messing around. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have an awesome meeting and an awesome rest of your week. Paul says, bye, Mike. Hey, dude. Catch you next week, Mike. Paul says, gotta go. Have a great week, guys. See you next weekend. Right on, Paul. Get that recovery underway. Be back to full speed in no time. And Robert says to Mike, have a good one. Yes. You guys have a good one. Right on. So, Harry Dude, what are you working on this week? Hopefully not power amps. Time Serpent says, speaking of sausage gravy, here in Bama, you can get it in the canned goods section of your grocery store. I have seen that before, but I've never tried it. Is it any good? Like the canned gravy? Because I wouldn't mind trying it. See, just to see what it's all about. One thing that before I moved out here, right, I'd never had, and Gina's gonna laugh. Before I moved out here, I never really had Mexican food. There was no Mexican food places, in northern rural Pennsylvania. But I would get those tamales in a can. I don't even remember who made them, but tamales in a can, and they were super good. They had the corn wrap, the husk wrapping and all that stuff, and I would just pull them out, microwave them, and eat them. And then I moved out here and had actual real tamales. But I still liked the canned ones. I didn't even know there was a thing, I guess, as a homemade tamale at that time. But Gina always laughs at me when I talk about eating canned tamales. I like them. I'm sticking to that. Robert says to Paul, best of luck with the recovery. Time Surfing says, I've not been disappointed, but it's not homemade, but it's acceptable. There you go. That's a perfect answer. That's the same way I felt about the canned tamales. Now, when I eat a real tamale, it's not the same, but I don't think it's bad. Sam says, would it be possible to make one of them tall wooden post lamps into a functional guitar? I don't know. It'd be kind of awkward, like, because the ones I'm thinking of are, I don't know, 6 feet tall, 5 feet tall. I mean, it's pretty long. You could probably do something with it. I don't really know what exactly. And Harry Dude says, had a heap of guitars land in the last 2 weeks. Managed to get some big repairs and mod jobs done, and about to start rebinding an acoustic. Got 8 or more pickguard orders in, so very busy. Oh, that's awesome. Right on. I'm glad you got plenty of work going on, Harry Dude. That's great. Hang on, I want to show you something. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. I'm still here. Knocking. Oh boy, knocking stuff on the floor. So this is something that I got in recently. Oh, it's all covered in dust. Go figure. Why would there be walnut sawdust over it? We got, this is just black. I got in some pickguard blanks. This is just a black. I thought I got a black weight black piece. There's some stuff that I wanted to try. Speaking of pickguards, made me think about this. I want to see if I can cut this with the laser, because there's some items that I want to make, and I brought this in for. I got 2 pieces of it. That one's got all the walnut sawdust on it, but I guess this is just black pickguard. I should have got black weight, but I wanted to experiment with this and just see. I even was contemplating possibly doing some sort of a pickguard on the subtonic bass. I played around with a few designs in the CAD software, but I do have a couple sheets of pickguard material. I want to mess with it and just see what see what kind of stuff we can do with it. I thought it'd be fun. I don't know if you can cut this with a laser. Have you tried anything with a laser on these, Harry Dude? Oh, he says PVC will make a mess of your laser lens. Don't do it. Duly noted. Says customer tried it and stuffed the laser. Oh yeah. I don't want to do that. Maybe I'll order in some stuff. There's some stuff that you can laser cut. It's probably not PVC. It's probably something a little bit different. But yeah, there's a couple things I want to make. I could almost 3D print them now. There's a product that I haven't shared it yet, and I will at some point, because I've been trying to work out a few of the details to produce them. But I've been trying to figure out ways to make it. Apparently, if that's PVC, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did not really know exactly the plastic, ABS or something. I don't know. I gotta play around with a few things first, and then make some little products. I don't want to give it away yet, because I'm not 100%. I don't have it 100% ironed out. Henry says you could use a CNC to cut it using a scrap board under. Yes, you could. I do have some O-flute bits, which, from my understanding, to cut plastic, you need an O-flute so that it, I don't know, somehow helps get the chips out of there. But yeah, Henry, you're right. CNC would probably do it. Heritage says, thanks, Robert. Been a challenge, but getting there. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome, Harry Dude. It says Harry Dude says laser cut acrylic for the pickguard. Maybe that's what it is. I think the other stuff I was thinking of, it's acrylic. And as long as it's not clear, this I believe will do it. So I might have to get a sheet of 1/8" acrylic and try that. You can even get some that's layered, sort of like a pickguard. You know, like all these different colors with different center colors, and then you engrave like if you wanted to cut out a specific shape, so you can engrave away the top layer, which let's just say it's black, white, black sort of configuration. You'd engrave the top layer of black so your lettering shows through in white. Then you cut it out, and now you got white lettering on the piece. And maybe that's what I need to try. Get a piece of that in. Yeah, because I want to move this forward somehow. Robert says, as pretty as the wood is on the bases, if you put a pick guard on it, I would suggest something clear. Yeah, mainly, Robert, that's mostly the reason I did not do something. I wanted to explore the idea and see what it might look like. So I did draw some stuff up in CAD just to kind of see. And I didn't like it. I really didn't. I liked the cleaner look and to be able to see the wood. So right now, that's mainly why I haven't put any sort of pick guard on them. Oh, update on those bases. I am still waiting on string trees from Hipshot. I have no idea why it's taking months to get these things in. They still haven't arrived yet. I don't understand it. It's taking forever. Here dude says 3mm gloss black will look awesome, like some Ricks. Sam says could make a guitar-shaped dining table and chairs. That'd be kind of fun, actually. And Harry dude says you can also 3D print a routing template. Done that many times. Yeah, I haven't decided on fully. I don't think I'm going to put a pick guard on him, but it's something I wanted to at least see what it might look like. This I got because I wanted to experiment with something upcoming. But I think I don't think I'll cut this on the laser. I will get some acrylic and try that out. Because not anytime in the next week or two, because I'm going to be doing plaques. But maybe I'll get it ordered this week. That way I'll get here in plenty of time. Yeah, because I want to build these things. They're guitar tools. That's all I'm going to say at the moment. I think it might be handy. At least it is for me. I made one out of wood, some really thin wood, just as a proof of concept, and I like them. So anyway, I think it's about time to wrap this up, everyone. And Robert says thin Baltic birch plywood can make a good looking pick guard. I've seen that, like some really thin stuff. It's basically like 3 to 4 layers of veneer or something almost. It's so thin. Yep. But yeah, we got to wrap this up. I got to get back to work. I got to start running 32 of these through the drum sander. It's going to take a while. I'm going to have to empty the dust collector probably 3 or 4 times. Oh boy, that's okay. It's going good. We're pushing forward, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to see how closely mine matches this one. So I think it's gonna be all right. I'm feeling good. So anyway, everyone, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for being a part of Home Built Workshop, and for joining in on the lives, watching the videos, commenting, all that sort of stuff. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. These are great. I love these conversations, the lives, the variety of different topics, and today we even threw in food. And now I'm hungry. I'm gonna have to go eat a snack real quick before I put on some headphones and start sanding. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Another awesome Wednesday live in the books. I'm still working on what I might do for this weekend at the moment. All I have are lots of clips of working on this. I might put together some sort of compilation getting to this step. I'm not sure yet, but that means I got to find time to edit in there too. But we'll see what we do there. So anyway, with that being said, I got to get out of here. Thank you, everyone. Sam says, thanks for the fantastic stream. Harry Dude says, cheers, folks. Catch you next week. Gina says, Have a great day, all. Happy sanding, Jeff. Yes, thank you. And you have a great day, too. I'll see you later on. Sam says, please like. It's free. KK says, have a great day. Take care, you, your family's brother. Love the Telecaster and Jeff's bass. It's fantastic. I saw the photos on Facebook. Thank you, KK. Yeah. And the Telly is one of my favorites as well. Robert says, everyone have a great week. Check for updates on your device to see if it might fix your orientation. I will do that, Robert. Meanwhile, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome day. Till next time, thanks a lot for watching. We're out of here. Take care, everyone. Thank you.